What's up, guys? We are back at it again. You already know what it is. It's time for the IMO Podcast. This time, we have a full crew again. We are back again as a lovely family, a lovely unit, all of that good stuff. My name is Andre. I'm going to be your host, your moderator for this evening. And we have, like I said, we have the entire crew once again. Jared, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, pimp?
Cool. Flo.
Oh, hola, papis.
Okay, Flo thinks she's Spanish all of a sudden. All right,
Maurice. You know what?
Where'd that even come from? Like, why would you even?
Oh,
you said hello, daddies, right?
Right. This turned to a whole questionable thing. Like, okay.
What's wrong with greeting people in a different language? Why can't we be bilingual?
Why? No, it's more of what you said.
Right.
It's more of what you said. You could have said amigos.
Right.
Boys. Something. Niños. Hello, daddies. What?
Hello? Some of us have SOs on this, okay? And you need to be respecting our relationship.
Why do you think I was talking to y'all? Why can't I just greet the audience that way?
So now, well, you're not helping yourself. You're not helping yourself.
Maurice. What's good?
What's up? What's up? What's going on?
I don't know. I'm just extremely happy that we got the entire crew, because I think for the past 2 weeks we have not been an entire family, and it's bugging me right now.
Right. You almost getting to that point where I hate you guys, and not like this time.
Right?
What? I mean, life happens. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't renege on nothing. I agree with Maurice.
Yeah.
Well, remember the one time you were out, you almost died from an Uber driver. I basically, yeah. I was pretty much swamped with work, because
And now we are back here, and we're ready to give you guys the good news, the great news, whatever news. Man, some of it is actually bad news. But let's just jump into everything right now. So, first thing we have on the agenda, too much, what's the word I'm looking for? Much negativity from the rest of my co-hosts here. Not too many people realize this. Justice League is coming out next week, and nobody's fucking talking about it. Nobody. I almost feel, and I feel like everybody else is gonna jump on my case. I feel that nobody gives a shit about Justice League coming out next fucking week. I think that's just me. But what do you, Jared? I mean, do you have any how do you feel about Justice League coming out like next week? I feel as though next week is just gonna happen.
I can definitely say I'm not as hyped as I are hyped for it are, because I don't know. Because when I heard about Thor Ragnarok, I'm like, yo, I gotta see it. Like this needs to happen. But then when I'm looking at Justice League, I'm just like,
right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and I'm gonna get to you other two in a minute because I already know your opinions.
Do you?
I feel that Marvel is kind of doing this on purpose. Have you ever noticed that every time DC does something, Marvel comes in and does like, "Hey, yo, bitch, we got one of them too, and we gonna do it better." Like literally every single time Justice League trailer drops, next Disney was like, "Hey, what we got here? Spider-Man, no. Avengers, no. Thor, yes. Let's release the Thor movie right there. When is Justice League coming out? The 17th. Let's do it a week before Justice League comes out." And I'm like, okay. I think Marvel is kind of doing this on purpose. Flo, how do you feel about Justice League coming up? Are you hyped for Justice League?
I mean, well, my hype has died down from a completely different reason from yours. I think because they keep coming out with new trailers, coming out with different clips. It's like, all right, we get it. It's coming out soon.
Yeah, let you know.
I just rather just want to go ahead and watch it. But I mean, that's the problem with most movies anyway. It's just like they just berate us with trailer after trailer after trailer, and then when it gets close to the release date, it's just like, okay.
To be fair, I kind of sorry, I kind of feel the same. There's something about like some of the bigger movies. And I don't want to take it. I hate to keep on putting Star Wars as if Star Wars is doing absolutely everything right. They're not, but I think Star Wars has the right approach to it. Because, and Maurice, I'm gonna get to you in 1 second. Have you noticed that Star Wars is coming out next month? We've only had like 2 trailers for it. because Disney knows that everybody's gonna fucking see Star Wars. They don't even have to market Star Wars. They can just drop a release date and they'll go like, well, there it is. Here's your 1 trailer, and then you're gonna go see the movie. I really doubt if Disney will release another Star Wars trailer after the one they just did. DC, on the other hand, has to literally shove everything down our throats. We had a Justice League trailer a year ago. We got the first Justice League trailer came out, I want to say at the end of the year of 2016. Anybody, am I wrong on that? Because I think that's when that came out.
The first one?
Yes, the very first trailer.
I think so.
That's a long ass time. That's a long ass time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Maurice, how do you feel about any not extra but hype? How's your hype level for Justice League?
Let's see, maybe about moderate, I'll say. I am looking forward to it because I know, like, based on the trailers, it seems like it's going to be a pretty solid adventure for Justice League. Because even though I wouldn't say Marvel fanboy, but I'm a Marvel fanboy, and even though I really love Marvel, I also enjoy the DC movies as well. But they haven't been as hitting. Why do I enjoy it? Well, most of that comes from the animated versions of them, like Batman animated series and all their movies that spawned from, like, what was his name? Is it Tim Burton or Bruce Timm? I get them mixed up sometimes.
It's one of them. I think it's Bruce Timm. Tim Burton is the guy who did The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, so definitely Bruce Timm. So sorry. So yeah, that's where my love for that comes from. But like after seeing Thor Ragnarok, like it's gonna be hard for them to have a stake in this. It's kind of almost reminiscent of Battleborn and Overwatch.
Oh, don't do that, because guys, if you haven't played Battleborn, that's probably because Overwatch came out like 2 weeks after the fact.
Yeah.
Overwatch was. I mean, Battleborn was actually a decent game. Mm-hmm. You know what? That's a perfect analogy, Maurice, because that's probably almost exactly how this whole Justice League thing is going to go down. Justice League, and you guys already know how I feel about Justice League, guys. And if you guys don't know, I have very low expectations for Justice League. But to put that aside, the situation between Battleborn and Overwatch is exactly how this is going to go. It's just going to... Justice League might just be a serviceable movie. It might not be like too many flaws. But you just had Thor Ragnarok come out, and everybody's going to be geeking over that. Then you go into Justice League, it's going to be like, oh, okay, it's passable. Yeah. And that's another thing. Should Justice League, this isn't some whatever, this isn't some Suicide Squad or whatever superhero movie. This is the superhero group. This is Justice League. It's fucking Justice League. I can't put it in any other words. Should a Justice League movie just be meh?
At this point, for the company, fuck no. Like, this is the make it or break it movie. Like, this is like their Avengers 1. This is the movie that's going to make it so that, you know, this will determine like whether they make movies or not at this point.
Right. And Flo and Jared, feel free to chime in. You guys don't have to, like, I'm not going to any type of order now, but I just feel that what Maurice just said, like, we've already, I keep on saying this, but we've had only one good movie, one above and beyond movie from DC, and that was Wonder Woman. Everything else was either meh or bad. So I'm like, DC pretty much has like one more try to get this shit right, and I just feel that Justice League isn't going to be that movie.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to tell at this point, but from what from the Billion trailer that they put out, it seems like they are hinting at bringing some like new characters alike. Like they've been hinting at a Green Lantern.
That's also. I hate to cut you off.
I mean, we already know that Superman is gonna come back if you follow the comics. So, I mean, it's really hard to say. From the earlier trailers, it looked enticing. You know, it's a good action sequence. I think that the jokes in between the characters and the interactions between the characters are going to be funny. So I'm still pretty hopeful. Like, I'm not going to dismiss this right away.
I see two major flaws about this movie, and we can move on right after this. Well, right after Expectation. One major flaw. Cyborg looks absolutely terrible. I don't know what we said. We said when that first trailer dropped, I think we talked about this. Yo, Cyborg looks bad. A year later, Cyborg still looks fucking bad. And we said, oh, maybe it just needs to be rendered out. Maybe they need to go, render it some more and spend some more time in the IMAX cycle or whatever the fuck they do. A year passed. Yo, I swear to God, it looks almost worse. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to not see him in this glossy ass metal and just black face right there. And I'm like, I just can't unsee it, and I think that's going to be a problem for me going in the movie. 2, I think there's going to be too many characters that we don't care about in this movie. We're going to care about Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman had a decent movie, and we're going to care about Batman because Batman is probably the best thing of this terrible series. Everybody else, I don't think we're going to care about Aquaman because Aquaman is going to be a meme by the end of the fucking movie.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Definitely disagree there, but continue.
I don't think we may care about the Flash because he might be the comic relief, and we always care about the comic relief. Why? Because we're fucking stupid.
I like to laugh. What is that?
And then Flo thinks we're going to get GL. I swear to God, if we get GL in this movie,
we're not getting GL.
I don't think we're getting GL either, but Flo thinks we're getting GL. I don't think we're getting GL. Yes.
I mean,
you're reneging. Are you reneging? You're reneging.
Wait. Are you saying for this movie?
No, I'm not reneging. I'm saying that it's very possible
that he's getting. They've been saying. Wait, are you saying for this movie or for future movies?
For this movie.
I think they're gonna. If not, like, I think he's gonna appear in this movie.
Okay, no.
Because no. Listen, I mean, there said it's like, oh, there's no Kryptonian, there's no Green Lanterns.
Why do you keep referring to this? Why do you keep referring to this?
Then there's a shot with Alfred, and it's like, oh, it's about time you came.
You think that like, you don't think that's Superman?
I mean, it's either Superman or I think a Green Lantern. We may see.
How would Lois even know about Green Lantern? What are you talking
about? How exactly? So, like, why would Batman just know about one of these? I think he meant to say Bruce Wayne, or I mean, I'm sorry. What's the Butler?
Yeah. Sorry, Alfred. I meant the Butler. I'm sorry.
Alfred. Why would Alfred and Batman just know about? He knew you would come. How the fuck did you know that Green Lantern was coming?
Right.
I mean, we don't know. I mean, Batman is a good detective. He's been looking into...
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. You reaching.
I mean, oh my gosh. He's been doing some serious digging, trying to recruit a team. And then, of course, you know that we have Flash that went back in time and kind of told Bruce, hey, you need to look for us.
They are not. Trust me. They are not setting up for Green fucking Lantern with that shit. No, it's just a no. It's just a no. Just no.
We might get it sometime in the future. That's if Warner Brothers even wants to take the property that much further into the future. I'm sure we'll get it someday. But in this movie, if they do it this movie, that would be the best kept secret of this generation.
It would also be horrible because he just came out of nowhere, like no.
But to be fair, and that's what I'm saying. Aquaman didn't have any setup. The Flash didn't have any setup.
They did.
If they do Green Lantern, that just would have been too much.
But they did though. Those are the main. These guys. Well, first off, they're the main focus of the movie. Second, Batman versus Super. It was a Batman versus Superman, I think. Yeah, Batman versus Superman.
Oh, you're not talking about that cheesy shit where Lex Luthor somehow on a fucking flash drive just had all of their files in one convenient place with their own fucking logos on it.
Yes.
To defeat Superman.
And also, Amanda Wallace also had. There was a set with Amanda Wallace as well, where Batman was literally buying the information from her, or pseudo buying, rather.
Okay, we're talking about Batman vs Superman. We need to move on because that's the worst movie of them all. Expectations for this movie: 1 out of 10. Jared, go.
4.
What was that?
Said 1 out of 10 for this movie.
Yes.
For expectations.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, real life, I don't expect it to be amazing, so I'll give it like a 4 or 5. I'm not. I don't. I'm not.
That's a little on the low side. Flo, I swear to God, if you say anything higher than a 7.
I was going for 7. So I'm gonna go with a 7 because I'm a little bit more optimistic than the rest of you.
Nigga, you know you wanted to say 8 like shit. Maurice.
I am gonna say 8 because it needs to be an 8.
Whoa.
It needs to.
Well, it does. I agree with you there. It needs to be an 8. But I'm gonna go with 4. I'm not expecting too much from this. It's giving me too much of Batman versus Superman vibes for me, and we all know how Batman versus Superman turned out.
I don't know about that. No one's mom is in it.
Who?
No one's mom is in it.
No, there's no mention of Martha.
Yeah, so I don't know about that.
You never know. She actually might be in the movie. We might get a flashback of her or something. Hopefully not. Moving on, segueing into our next thing. As we know, the better side of DC does pretty awesome animations. They do pretty good straight-to-TV animated movies. That's actually where they excel in. Not too many people read the comics, and not too many people like the movie.
That is so incorrect. What?
Not too many people. Not too many people in my immediate circle. Not too many. Well, if you want to compare it to, you didn't let me finish. If you want to compare it. If you want to compare it to the Marvel movies or even the DC movies,
no, about the comics.
Yeah, if you want to compare how many people watch the movies and then don't read the comics, it's not too many. Am I wrong on that?
I don't feel like that needs to even be brought up. Like, it's still a lot of fucking people that read them versus Marvel comics. I think it needs to be. It needs to be compared to something of like, because comics aren't mainstream, aren't streamlined for users. Movies are, so it's unfair to even compare it to that in the first place.
Okay, I guess I can agree with that. Where was I going? Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Man, what was the fucking name of this shit again? That could not have.
That was it.
Damn, was it really that fucking terrible of a title too? Good God, it was. Anyway, Batman by Gotham Gaslight, some stupid ass shit. Yo, whoever made up this name needs to be fucking fired. All right. Anyway, we're getting a new animated movie, guys. It's called Batman Gaslight. Batman Gotham Gaslight. Gas with the light. Yeah. Who came up with this shit? What's up with this name? Can anybody tell me? Is there something? One of you people that actually read the comics? Am I missing something?
I don't read DC comics like that, so I couldn't.
Never. I think they were trying to pull from, because apparently they had the book. It was called The Tale of the Batman Gotham by Gaslight. So it was like a colon there. Oh wait, you're reading it wrong. Yeah, it's a colon. Yeah, it's Batman colon Gotham by Gaslight.
I don't feel like
that's supposed to make it better.
That's not better to make it better.
Punctuation has meaning, sir. And
all right, so say it how it's supposed to be said.
Batman Gotham by Gaslight.
What the fuck?
Wait. First off. No. It's like Batman Gotham by Gaslight. That's a little bit better.
I just said that.
No, you were weak with it. You was weak. I don't trust that. No.
You didn't say it with your chest, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so sorry.
You should be, because that was awful. That was terrible.
You have more trust to work with than I do, so there you go.
Hey.
Anyway, moving on. This trailer was terrible. I don't get anything that's happening. This setting makes sense, but the trailer was absolutely really bad. It kept on pausing and then going in and then pausing again and going to a next topic, and I'm like, what is this? There was no feeling behind the trailer. They were literally just showing clip after clip after clip as a trailer, and I'm like, yo, none of this shit makes any sense. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the story. All I know is Batman set in the 1800s.
That's all you need to know. Fuck you, me.
Yeah.
But it was bad. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I watched it.
I feel like it was trying to be something that it's not. Like, I recognize that a lot of the transitions and introduction of characters lining up with the music is kind of akin to like big budget movies. And this just seemed like it was trying to be that, but not recognizing the fact that it's a fucking cartoon at the same time. Not to put that into a negative light or anything like that. It just didn't seem like it was playing to its strengths
it's a fucking cartoon, DC.
Fucking
cartoon.
No, it is a cartoon, but I mean in the sense that, like, cartoons are for kids, cartoons are shit, like that type of thing. I didn't mean it in a negative sense. I just meant it's a cartoon, so, you know, kind of roll. Just don't take yourself too seriously, you know. But
I mean,
go ahead.
It just looks poorly edited.
Yeah,
that's nothing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. It just looks like something one of my, like, a beginner student of mine would put together.
It did look pretty amateurist. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, yo, who? They were like leading into something, and then it'll literally fade to black and then start another clip, and I'm like, yo, what the hell am I supposed to take away from this? Mm-hmm. Apparently, Batman is going to be fighting Jack the Ripper, which I can only imagine is going to be Scarecrow. Probably something like that.
I don't know about
I was thinking more of either Hugo Strange
or the actual Jack the Ripper, and just take it for its literal sense.
Or but I was thinking more Hugo Strange.
Not to shit too much on DC, but I'm going to shit on DC. Y'all
like
ready?
You've been doing for most of the podcast.
Hey, to be fair, I have always praised the animated movies because most of them are actually really, really, really fucking good. Some of which I would say deserve to be put in theaters, like the Dark Knight Returns. Both of those movies were absolutely great.
Under the Red Hood, nigga.
Under the Red Hood was really good. There was another most of them were Batman ones, guys. There was another one. Oh no, I'm thinking of Under the Red Hood. Yo, Under the Red Hood was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. But there was one that I was extremely disappointed with because it didn't exactly live up to the hype or the expectation. But to be fair, it couldn't have, and that was The Killing Joke. I thought that The Killing Joke wasn't as good as it wasn't, and let me explain. It wasn't because it wasn't a good movie. It was actually well paced. Animation was pretty solid-ish, and I actually didn't mind that first half with like Catwoman and she's doing her thing. I didn't mind any of that.
Batgirl?
Batgirl, Catwoman. Yeah. Oh no, I'm wrong on that one. My fault. Batgirl. It's funny because there's a Batgirl and a Batwoman, and I don't even think they're the same person. And I get confused by that shit. And I get confused by that shit all the fucking time. But anyway,
doesn't make it better that they both have red hair too.
What is DC doing to me? Anyway, it's just one of those things where it's like, I always say this: just because it works in one medium doesn't always mean it's going to work in another medium. So just because it was good as a book doesn't exactly mean it's going to be good as a video game or as a movie or as a comic book. I think The Killing Joke kind of fell into that. For me, it was just like, it just didn't have as much weight or as much impact as the comic book did. And that's one of the only comic books I did read. And it was pretty much beat for beat for beat for beat. Like, some of this shit was like taken straight from the comic panel. And I'm like, well, why isn't this hitting hitting as hard as it did with when I read it. I'm not too sure what happened or how it dropped the ball. It was just disappointing to me. What did you guys?
Can I go first?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
The reason why was because of the useless shit for like the Batgirl. Not to say that it was bad. It was just overall, it didn't mean anything. It didn't really.
I actually didn't mind that though.
I mean, that's fine. It wasn't bad, but it definitely didn't help the story out because even the original story doesn't have that part in there. And then they didn't go. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Are you referring to the part where she had like was like involved with Batman?
No, just the whole thing. Like even the romance with Batman. That people were bitching about that, but I was perfectly okay with it.
That first 15 minutes was not there in the comic book.
Right, and that part was the useless part because it doesn't set her up in a meaningful way. Like she just gets shot and then within the middle of the movie, and then nothing else happens to her whatsoever.
I don't think it's necessarily because of it doesn't set her up. I think it's more of it didn't set her up in a good way.
That's what I said.
Oh, my fault then. Let me take it back on what you just. I thought you said it is because it didn't set her up in like at all.
No, a meaningful way.
Oh well, yeah. It just had bad stuff. It almost made me not like the character almost, which gives away some of the weight for when she gets shot. Because in the first 15 minutes, she's talking about how bad her sex life is, and she's getting bodied by like some random ass dude. I'm like, what the fuck is this? You're Batgirl. You're getting beat by some chump. And then you want to sleep with Batman, which have never been hinted at in any type of way. It was almost kind of weird when I was watching it.
It has.
It was weird. It was still weird for me to watch.
That was actually her purpose when she first became a character, to be like a female interest for Batman, because people didn't want to think he was gay because he always had Robin around. It was really close with him.
But wasn't that Batwoman?
No, Batwoman came later. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's a lesbian.
And she came much later.
Back to my point is that first 15 minutes. It took away from the character for me. They could have. I don't know. It's just something about it. You're making all the wrong decisions. You're going against Batman. You're getting beat by a chump, and I'm like, why should I give a shit about you now?
Right. The other problem was like the R rating on the movie. It didn't go nearly far as it should have. Like I was ready to see like some gut wrenching stuff. Like, well, not gut-wrenching, sorry. I expected to see more nudity, more violence, more of, like, pretty much everything, including cursing, because that's the R rating. That's just I guess the stigma. That's the best. I'm not sure if that's the best word to use.
I mean, that is what makes an R-rated movie, though. I was more expecting to see, like, I don't know, that the comic book made it clear that, the Joker is kind of, like, overstepped the boundaries this time. This time he's gone a bit too far. I think at one point it was even hinted at that Joker may have even raped Batgirl or something like that, and we just got no sense of that in the movie. There was no tension. That part where he torches Commissioner Gordon had no weight to it, and that was almost very disturbing in the comic book because he's making for spoiler alert for everybody who hasn't seen the movie.
Way past that.
The Joker takes. Right. The Joker takes Commissioner Gordon and he straps him down damn near naked, and he's showing and he puts him on a what do you call that thing? A roller coaster, and it's showing pictures of his daughter being brutally hurt. She's half naked. She has blood scars all over where she's naked, implying that she may have been raped. And then the Joker is like singing and laughing and shit. And then in the movie you're going like it didn't do the same thing. And I'm trying to figure out why, and I just can't understand it. And
to be honest, I think they might have downplayed it because the comic book itself got a huge backlash, especially from feminists. So I think just for it to be a little bit more marketable, they might have turned it down some.
Yeah.
Hence
if they
why
want to do that, they might as well not have done the movie at all.
Just another case of how feminism ruins everything. Yeah. Come on, somebody had to say it. Not everything, but most good. Thing. Maurice, you were about to say something.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of alluding to. Like the whole reason that the comic isn't even really good by most people's standards. It's just that those few pages where she gets shot, potentially raped, Batman spoiler alert, Batman potentially kills the Joker, and the shit that James Gordon had to go through, like all that stuff, all that grit is why people like remember and reference to that comic a lot. And for you to just not like put that in the movie or put it at the same level as the comic, because if you're going with the R rating, it needs to be at that level.
It got everybody so hyped. Oh, we're making this one rated R, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then they do nothing with it. Right. I'm like, what are you?
I think
they dropped the ball.
Yeah,
they just we need to move on because we actually stayed on this for a second.
Right.
They just dropped the ball on it. I was disappointed from that. I have no fucking idea how to segue into this to a mini review of The Killing Joke, but there it is, folks. We're giving you extra content that you don't really deserve. Moving on into the next topic. Oh, I want to get this out the way while we're talking about, so we can focus on gaming for the rest of the show. There's a rumor out that the mouse is trying to take over movies, basically. So, if you haven't heard, and I'm pretty sure you've heard by now, Disney is rumored to be in talks of buying pretty much all of Fox's entertainment properties.
It's not rumored.
Fox, the mouse is trying to eat up everything that Fox owns as far as entertainment. Is that better?
Yeah. And Fox is trying to sell it.
Okay, so we all know we already know we already know what Fox owns. Fox owns X-Men, well, at least the movie rights to X-Men. They own the movie rights to Fantastic Four. How do you guys feel about this? Because this could be extremely huge if this goes down. And we all know the mouse is not unfamiliar with buying up shit and making it their own. Beats by Dre, Star Wars, ESPN, Marvel. All right, guys. How do you guys feel about this?
I was actually excited when I heard about this, just because it's like we finally see these characters cross over. Like, for example, like Wolverine has been involved at least in the comic books with the Avengers and all the other Marvel characters. So it's like finally we actually get to see that play on the big screen. However they're gonna do that, even though they just like kind of killed him off. But
I'm going to let Jared go next. Because I think me and Jared might be on the same wavelength on this one. So Jared, go. Or maybe not.
If it means we can, like, because hold on, didn't we have like a whole segment thing with like Inhumans and like a different breed of? And was that because like what happened? Like with the people were just owning like different rights to different shit and they can't. I honestly wouldn't mind if we can just like stop with that. Like if we just get concrete. Okay, it's all like there's no like off canon shit like, oh, that's not how it happened. This is how it happened, or some random shit that's supposed to make sense. I'm kind of okay with this.
That's fair. Okay, Maurice, I'm gonna let you go last, actually, because I'm gonna say my point, and then we can like bounce off of each other a little bit. I don't agree with bringing X-Men into the Marvel universe right now. And let me let me explain.
No, there's no chance to explain. I don't know.
Dog, son. All right, so here we go. That is a lot of fucking shit right there. So I can agree with if they want to bring Fantastic Four into the MCU, because let's face it, its presence is very missed. I don't read comics all that much, but even I know that Fantastic Four. Ooh, an exotic. Even I know that Fantastic Four. Even I know that Fantastic Four is a very, very, very pivotal part of everything in the Marvel universe and into the comics. It is literally, it almost gets to the point where it's like everything stems from the fucking Fantastic Four at this point, because the Doctor Doom is like their main villain, because I swear to God, Doctor Doom is in every fucking thing everything, every bad thing that happens, it's either because of Doctor Doom or indirectly because of Doctor Doom, because Doctor Doom is broken.
Yeah, dude, fucking I think it was Secret Wars or some shit, man. He turned out to be the main villain of all that. God Emperor Doom.
Let's just stop because that nigga just broken.
I like him.
So I can agree with Fantastic Four, but to throw X-Men into the mix, son, X-Men is like his own fucking universe by itself. You are talking about adding so fucking much to what's already starting to become convoluted in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think that, especially if you want to introduce X-Men this late into the game, so what are we supposed to do? Oh, well, all of the X-Men, all like 400 of these niggas, or even more, was just chilling off somewhere, and they just weren't. I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, I mean, maybe don't have to do it all at once. Okay, but let's break it down. So, for example, if we were to bring Storm into Black Panther, because they did get married,
because they black.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they're black.
Yeah, they're both technically African. They're both African. Actually.
So they're black. What the?
I was going to say because
they're black.
You're taking one X-Men character and you're putting them in like a storyline with like another Marvel franchise.
Okay.
So, and then of course you would take Wolverine and then you would put him with the Avengers because he was with the Avengers.
No, it's not that simple. That's kind of small. No offense. That's kind of small picture here. What we need is like something to explain like where do mutants come from? Like why are they just showing up now? Because you already know that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch have already been introduced it as enhanced, not mutants. So while I agree that that's the route they should go, like with Black Panther and Aurora, or Storm rather, taking over. I mean, getting together and taking over the world.
Quick side note, that enhanced shit was so lazy, dog.
I liked it. I like the name. It sounds cool.
I mean, it was just like I remember in Avengers 2, and was like, we have an enhance on the field, and I'm like, well, where the fuck did that come from? Where did this term come? What the fuck, man? And I get it. They had to say something. They couldn't say mutant, so they had to give it some type of name. But it was like, we have an enhance on the field, and they were expecting us to already know what the fuck that was supposed to be. Oh wait, so they're just other random niggas with superpowers and shit? Nah, man, fuck that. They could have did that a little bit better. And then we never see another one. Mm-hmm. We never see another enhanced.
Right.
I'm sorry. I had to get my 2 cents. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's it. Like, you gotta think about it more big picture. Like, you can't just like as much as I would love to whisk the new Storm off, you can't just whisk them off into the universe like that. It's just
they would have some. Cause they would have some big explaining to do, because it's not like nobody knows who Wolverine and Storm is. Everybody knows who Wolverine and Storm is, and you're going to have to explain, well, I was doing this while the entire world was going to shit in New York, or every other fucking Marvel movie.
Or why were like mutants like more of a threat? Like, why is this threat just coming out of nowhere? Like, this hasn't already been a thing. Because we have World Breaker and world busting and city busting mutants that exist. So why have they never like surfaced or anything like that?
And that's something that I don't think that, even as good as the MCU is right now, and the only show sign of getting better, I don't think they could spin that in a way that would just even make sense to us, the viewer. Oh well, we were just chilling I couldn't pay my rent, so I had to work. I mean, I don't know what they could say, because
basically they would have to reboot either X-Men again, or they would have to reboot Avengers.
But what?
yeah, I know what you're saying, and like that is the answer if they get the X-Men franchise onto their side. Like, what they would ultimately have to do is just reboot the worlds, but not in the sense that we just erase the last movies, but everything just gets slightly altered. Like, if you ever read Infinite Crisis, Infinite Crisis, the DC comic, where they literally there were like too many worlds going on in the DC universe, and they just collapsed them all together into one universe with all the heroes on.
You want them? Is that when the Ultimate Universe died?
This is DC. There is an Ultimate Universe.
Oh, I'm sorry, my fault.
Yeah.
Fuck whatever storyline that was that got rid of Ultimate Spider-Man. All right, I was very salty about that. Anyway, I'm saying yay to Fantastic Four because I think the MCU needs it really badly because some shit is actually not going to make sense if they
like
a lot of shit.
They're villains. They need those villains specifically, like Apocalypse and Galactus.
Right, Galactus. Yeah, they just can't do Galactus without Fantastic Four. I would love to see Doctor Doom be like a recurring villain like Loki is. But I just feel it's like so fucking late at this point, even for Fantastic Four, because I don't know. I'm just so dead set of Fantastic Four being like pretty much the beginning of everything. That's just damn, son. You got bodies, son. Good God. I'm sorry. I'm watching this.
I don't know what happened. What my team was doing right there, man.
Yeah, I just don't know how they're gonna spin everything. I would love to see Fantastic Four in there because you know Marvel's first family and all that. But what can they say? Because I want to see Galactus. I want to see Doctor Doom. I especially want to see Doctor Doom because Doctor Doom can pretty much body anybody at this point. You know, the nigga has lightning, magic powers. I don't even read the comics, and I know this nigga's busted.
What? Well, they'll probably have to do like some dimension jumping shit because like that's not outside the realm of Marvel because that's what they're known for. They have a very broad and intricate lore behind all their dimension stuff. Like they have like the Beyonders, the Celestials, shit like that. Like that stuff's like really good and like really good reason to read Marvel because they have that stuff so branched out so well. So it's not, again, it wouldn't be like outside the realm of a possibility for them to have a story like that.
All right, fair enough. Okay, let's not talk about Suicide Squad again because I think we've already beat that one to death.
But this is new information. It's new information.
Okay, all right, here we go. Suicide Squad 2. We all know that the shitty ass movie is going to get a shitty ass sequel here, ladies and gentlemen. But there is a good part. We are going to get The Rock, who is, I swear to God, was pretty much born to play the fucking role, to play Black Adam, and rumor has it, and it's just a rumor, ladies and gentlemen, that he's going to be the main villain for Suicide Squad 2. As much as I like The Rock, I don't think this will save it because we already know that Alligator Man, a bitch with a bat, and a nigga who can't miss his bullets is going to lose to a literal god. So, what do you guys have to say about this?
I mean, that's kind of weird because you say he's going to lose to a literal god when they technically
beat one.
Yeah, they already beat a god though, so it's
lazy writing.
Okay,
but
they should have lost
it. I mean, they're the protagonists of the story, so no, they're not gonna lose.
Right.
So that's late. I'm not gonna address that for because you just made me angry.
The protagonist doesn't always win.
Son, there's been like several different versions where Doctor Doom, one of our favorite villains, has taken over the world, and he lost to some fluke shit. Doesn't make the story less bad though.
I can't even remember how the Suicide Squad beat whatever the fuck those two niggas are, and I guarantee you guys can't remember their names.
They blew them the fuck up.
What's their names?
Enchantress was one of them.
What was what was the fire nigga? Not the fire nigga. The other nigga's name.
I can't remember his name that well.
We didn't even know if he got a name.
He did get a name.
Her henchman.
That was her fucking brother. First off,
I'm about to say that was her brother.
You just throw out anything at this point. Just know it was her brother. I don't remember his name. I'll give you. That's it. All right.
I don't know. I just couldn't suspend my belief that much, and I could believe a fucking crocodile man walking down the street. I just couldn't see it. Like, nah, B. Nah, nigga. You're not like I said, you're not about to tell me the bitch with the bat, the nigga with guns, alligator man who could do literally nothing but swim and be strong, and then Captain fucking Boomerang beat this guy over here that's literally about to like destroy the entire world.
To be fair, Diablo did beat the brother. Like he turned into like some fire god himself.
Mm-hmm.
That I kind of got pissed off with. I'm like, hold on, this dude is he's just. Oh, by the way, I'm a god. At first, I was just portrayed as just some dude who spits fire, but really, I'm a god.
Thank you, Jared, because I didn't want to say it because it would sound like I'm just shitting on the movie too much.
Like, what the fuck?
Why is it a problem now? Like heroes beat god-like characters all the fucking time.
Remember what I said at the beginning of the podcast, where just because it works in one medium just doesn't mean it's gonna work.
It's not a different medium. It's the same fucking medium. What are you?
No, it's not. One is a comic book and one's a movie.
We're talking about. I'm talking about movies too. And the fucking Mummy. Humans beat what was could be perceived as a god, because that nigga was super strong, had all the powers in the world, but they still beat him. So that's bad now.
No.
Okay.
That's different.
So that's what I'm saying. You have to understand. I think with a lot of movies, they try to. It's like the David versus Goliath.
Exactly. That's why I have to bring that up.
It's the underdog thing. It's like look at like someone they didn't really count on, because like the Suicide Squad, they thought, oh, here are these like worst criminals. We're just gonna throw them into the fire. If they get killed, it's like it's no big deal. But it's like here they are like try to prove, okay, I'm more than just like a shitty criminal. Like I could actually they were shitty criminals. But I'm just saying, like it was like no one, really thought that they could pull it off, but they did. But I agree, I didn't agree with the direction Suicide Squad went in. I thought it was going to be more like the animated movie where they had to go into some type of prisoner type thing, but I was still satisfied with it. And I'm going to be excited for Suicide Squad. I'm going to be excited for the sequel, and to see like The Rock become, Black Adam.
Yeah.
And see how this will unfold. So
in this, I just want to go into the viability of this. This actually seems like one of the perfect movies for Rock, because he gets to play like an overpowered character. You
didn't watch Fast and Furious, did you?
Again, sorry. And the series of Suicide Squad seems to be a lot more lighthearted than the other DC movies, so he could just literally just have fun with it.
I can give you that. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
So 1 out of 10 expectations for Suicide Squad 2. Ugh.
Bumped up to an 8 because if The Rock is there, it's an 8.
And if he's not there,
6.
So what's the point?
I enjoy.
Yep. Damn.
What do you mean? Okay.
Damn. She said, "What's the point? You just want to see The Rock? Go watch Fast and the Furious or the new Jumanji movie."
Well, I want to see Rock play like the supervillain, because he's been. I think he's been cast for Black Adam for 2 years now.
Yeah, about that.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just we're just waiting for to finally play it on the big screen. So
that just shows you how much that they don't know what the fuck they're doing in DC and Warner Brothers right now. You mean tell me you cast this nigga 2 years ago and he hasn't even started beginning playing the role yet? What the fuck is going on? But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna go with 3. I can't. I'm not looking forward to Suicide.
I'll give it a 5.
Okay, that's fair. Flo 9 like shit.
Why you have to predict what I have to say?
Because it's a 9, isn't it?
Yes.
See, this is
so defeated.
I don't know. You might as well have said, okay. There was this one line, and I may be judging Suicide Squad just because of this one line. If Superman came down and went and stole the president from outside of the White House, what would we do? And I'm just going, not a fucking thing, because that's Superman. What are you guys going to do against Superman? We're going to get this ragtag team of niggas to go and fight Superman. I'm like, right.
To be fair, they don't know the limitations of Superman just yet, and they don't know that they can't.
He can fly and bench press buildings.
They don't know how strong he is, what his limitations are. They just think they can beat him.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me ask you this: what do you think in their arsenal could they do to him From what we already know, what could they do? Shoot bullets? That doesn't work. Fire? That doesn't work. A bat? That damn sure isn't gonna work.
I mean, they're the U.S. government. They have to come up with some type of defense.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm not mad at that. What I'm mad at is that your defense is a bitch with a bat, an alligator man, and this is the best that you could come up with.
That's not the only thing they can do.
It's more than just a chick with a bat, okay? She has she's a psychiatrist.
Wow, that's gonna work on Superman, all right.
Oh my god.
Here's Superman. Lay it on me, Superman. How was your day? How was your childhood? How did that make you feel, Superman?
Okay, so let me kind of quell this. So that's not the only people that they can draw on for the Suicide Squad. There are plenty of other villains they can grab. And the first person that she did grab was a goddess whose power was based in magic. So I still believe that they do not understand like his weaknesses and limitations just yet, but it doesn't mean they can't find someone that can potentially take them out. That's the whole point of the initiative.
I can agree with Enchantress, but how come they didn't find the Flash and Aquaman and Batman is just walking around the world?
Because
hey, what's up, yo?
They can only use criminals for this because they at that point you're just like not a person anymore.
Okay, you got me there. Let's move on because Suicide Squad was a terrible movie. Moving on to the video games. We actually have a lot here. We have a lot to talk about. So apparently BlizzCon happened not too long ago, and we got a reveal for a new character. Her name is is it a woman?
Yes,
a woman. I had to make sure. Is it Moira? Moira. And judging from the short, I'm not too sure how I feel about the character model is fine. I think she'll be some type of support character. She's definitely not a damage.
Let Jared talk about it. He can summarize it.
Oh, all right. So
okay, so it's like you got excited.
So her abilities, from what I saw, she has apparently a life drain, kind of like Symmetra's ability, where
like her Symmetra's left click, yeah.
Yeah, Symmetra's left click to where she can just sap your life, but I think instead it's going to like take your life and give it to her, so kind of like a life steal type of thing.
Siphon.
She has another. Yeah, Siphon. Mm-hmm. I think her other ability is kind of like the same thing, but with a different color. It's yellow. I'm going to assume that's healing because allies. And why the fuck would I? Anyway.
Kind of cut out a second, but I'm assuming you said like it's gonna heal her allies.
Yeah, it's gonna heal her allies. Yeah. Or give them like a buff or something like that. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna heal allies from just get her. Mm-hmm. And she has a teleport.
That's what's up. Teleport. I mean, she's a healer. How quick is it? Reaper level?
No, it's a lot faster, I believe. Because Reaper has like a really long time, and then when he teleports, he still has like delay until he can actually move. So I think it's like twice as fast as Reaper's.
A tracer that can heal?
Basically, I wouldn't say all that. Tracer rewinds time, so.
Okay, so I'm talking about the teleporting part, though.
Oh yeah. But kind of downgraded because it's not like rapid succession teleporting. But yeah, she teleports, and then she does a fucking Kamehameha of healing. It's fucking glorious. So fucking cool.
It seems that man, Blizzard is really doubling down on the support characters and the healing characters for this game. Have you realized that most of the support characters are fun as shit to play, almost more so than the actual damage dealers?
They have to be.
Dude, when I looked at this reveal, like just of her ability, it reminded me so much of Umbra from Battleborn beta. Like Umbra was a support healer that would go like 12 and 3. Let me say that. A support healer that would go 12 and 3. 12 kills, 3 deaths.
She's really
I really wish Battleborn would have took off. I think they should have waited. They really should have waited.
That was the main problem. That was like the main fucking problem.
It was a good game. It was a really good game. But you tried to compete against Overwatch.
And from what I was told, they didn't have the advertisement that Overwatch did. Like, everyone knew Overwatch was coming out. but only like the diehard fans that kind of peeped Battleborn knew about the damn thing.
Right. In fact, I don't even think I knew about Battleborn until like 2 weeks before the beta came out. Then the game came out, and I'm like, oh well, it's taking like 40 minutes to get into a game. Well, this game is dead. Let's go play Overwatch.
Exactly, dog. And it's just like.
It was so sad because the game was fun as shit. I can only imagine how it would have been in PC. I bet it would have been even better on PC, actually.
Oh, it was.
But you guys tried to compete against pretty much gaming itself. Let's face it, Blizzard, Nintendo, and for some reason Rockstar is gaming right now. You try to compete against one of those people. It's like Luffy going against one of the Yonko right now. Haha, for all my anime people out there. There's a lot of people that shit on One Piece stuff. Anyway. It's like Luffy going against Kaido right now. It's not you're gonna get shit on, and that's exactly what happened with Battleborn. Rest in peace, Battleborn. It would have been a good game, but maybe we get a Battleborn 2, and maybe it'll correct all the mistakes and not go against Overwatch 2 or some shit.
Son, okay. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna disagree on that one. I don't want a Battleborn 2. I want a fucking Borderlands 3.
Yeah, just.
But aren't we getting that?
Hopefully.
I thought that was confirmed.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not confirmed yet.
I would. We're going a little bit off topic. I would think that Borderland would have to change a couple things just so we could compete with some of today's titles. Because I remember when Borderlands 1 and 2 came out, especially the second one, it was just so, well, no, the first one. It was just like so different from what I was used to playing. I was going like, oh, I'm collecting guns. I'm constantly changing out guns. I'm switching guns. All of them are interesting. It was like a grown-up version of Ratchet and Clank, and it was glorious.
What?
I feel it needs to... Say what?
What? Are you... Okay.
What?
Okay, nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Something wrong with the analogy?
Yeah.
Well,
these are completely different games.
Okay, so more so that all the weapons were interesting.
Oh,
I personally would think
I disagree with that too, but okay.
Go ahead, Jared.
I honestly am confident to say that Borderlands kind of laid down a foundation for FPS RPGs.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I'm confident in saying that because
yep.
Like, think about it. Just honestly, when I play Destiny and then I go back to Borderlands, I'm like, wow, this kind of seems.
It's more so the numbers thing. Well, first time I played Borderlands and I shot something and I saw the stats, I was like, I don't know why this feels so good. But it feels great. Please stay. Every game should do numbers when I shoot things. And then Destiny came out, and I'm like, oh my god, some numbers are gray and some numbers are yellow, and the yellow ones mean I'm doing more damage. Why does this feel so good?
Numbers.
I don't know, it's something about the numbers, and I don't even like playing RPGs. RPGs are very boring to me. Well, especially the turn-based ones are boring for me. Some people get a kick out of seeing the numbers and the stats. I get a kick out of when I shoot something instead of blood. I see numbers. Oh my god!
I mean, you got both. Borderlands.
I'm about to say.
Exactly, son. Which is why I was so hyped for Borderlands 2. I remember playing Borderlands 2 with you. We would no life Borderlands for one point. I remember just playing that game for hours.
Mm-hmm.
It was satisfying.
Yeah,
but
the characters are really different and unique. It's like, it's just a great.
And
it's just like a lot of love to that game.
I still feel that Borderlands doesn't get as much credit as it does.
No,
though.
it does. Don't even. It does.
As much credit as it's reshaped what we think about first-person shooters. Credit.
I think it does.
I don't think as many people played Borderlands as you think.
I wouldn't say play, but it still gets the credit because people still play Borderlands 2 to the.
You're right.
There's a lot of fan bases playing this game, right. And you have PC, which includes mods.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I can't lie. People play, Destiny. People are playing World War II right now. But trust and believe, the fan base for Borderlands is strong.
Mm-hmm. I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Jared, you're kind of cutting in and out like a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if you want like exit and then re-enter. Maybe that'll fix it.
Did we lose him?
I don't know.
Yeah, he died. Anyway, Sonic the Blue Hedgehog. Sonic. We've all played a Sonic game. If you haven't played a Sonic game, well, I'm not too sure. Get a fucking education. I don't know. Grab your mama, grab some quarters, go to your laundromat, play a Sonic game. I think they still got some over there. So Sonic has not been on a good roll as far as its video games for the past, I want to say 3 years or so. I remember the last one that came out had a lukewarm response to it, and by lukewarm, a lot of people didn't like it. And this new game, Sonic Forces, looks like it's gonna follow the same trend. So, Sonic Forces is getting a ton of bad press right now, which kind of sucks because even though I don't have like a lot of memories of Sonic, I wouldn't call myself a Sonic fan, but I do respect Sonic for what it did for the gaming industry way back when. Sonic was the shit back in the day, and let's put it this way: there's Mario, and then there's Sonic. That's how big Sonic is. Well, a couple steps below Mario, but you know who Sonic the Hedgehog is. And to see like his latest games be like mediocre or worse than mediocre, it's kind of sad because all the older properties, they don't really make bad video games. If you notice, The Legend of Zelda, we ain't got to talk about that. All of the Legend of Zelda games are great. Most of the Mario games are pretty good. Well, pretty great, excellent, in fact. But then we got Sonic, and it's not exactly keeping up with some of its contemporaries or other people in its class, like the ones I just mentioned. So, and that kind of sucks because Sonic, its whole theme of going fast, it's very fun to me, and to see that it's not, it's just mediocre or bad, and people aren't liking it as much. I don't know. That's kind of sad to hear that as a gamer. Fellas,
I really want to know where they're getting money for to make these games, because like you said, they have not been on a good track record, and I just need to understand like where are they getting their funding from, and why does this person still believe in the franchise? Like the last good Sonic game I played, which wasn't that long ago, was Sonic Generation. But good Sonic games are like so few and far between because they all fall on the same fucking dumb mechanic. You're literally going too fast for the board they put you on, so you literally
and you gotta go fast, son.
Yeah,
you gotta go fast.
The whole thing is about going fast. Like it's not a platform. It's kind of a platformer, and it's kind of not. But like I was watching a Donkey video today. He went through the same like loop, and because he was going too fast on this loop, that's like he couldn't make that turn just quite. He like just hopped off the fucking map just because of the momentum, the sheer momentum.
Sometimes you gotta know when to fold, son.
Or bail out.
one of them. But yeah, that is a good point. Maybe the parent company of Sonic has money, or maybe Sonic is actually doing better business than what we think it's doing. Maybe these games are bad, but people are still buying it because kids like Sonic. Why do kids like Sonic? I'm not too sure. Maybe because that has something to do with the rings or some shit. But where are they getting this money from?
I mean, they could be getting it because remember, Nintendo has a habit of like pairing Mario and Sonic in these like I call them party games.
Oh, Olympics.
That's true. Right.
When was the last time that happened?
Yeah,
last year.
Was it?
Yeah, it was like didn't they do like Rio last year or something like that? It was pretty recent.
Yeah.
But when was the last good standalone Sonic game? Like this
Generation.
I mean,
to be honest, not since the 90s for me. Because it's just
you didn't play Generations.
Yeah, they haven't. I mean, they keep trying to make it more complicated than it is. It's just Sonic fighting Dr. Eggman. And then they keep bringing, like, these other villains in, and it doesn't really work. And they keep changing the platform. Like, okay, say, for example, in the recent trailer, it's like, you see that they're doing an homage to the original 90s game. And, I guess, the green world, but it's just not working. I don't know It's like they're trying to do a throwback, but then they're adding all these other unnecessary elements, and it just looks overdone for me. And I'm just like, it's sad because you are killing so many 90s kids' childhood.
I would have to agree. Well, not with the 90s kid generation. If Sonic dies, I really wouldn't give too much of a shit. But but I do respect what Sonic was for the 90s. It was really popular. It was really big. But at the same time, I'm still going to myself, yo, where the fuck is all this money coming from? Who is buying all these fucking Sonic games to merit another fucking bad Sonic game? I don't get it. If you guys need to let it rest, let it rest. Because now, like Flo said, you're trying to make Sonic the Hedgehog convoluted. You're trying to give it a storyline and like these graphics that it doesn't really fucking need. I swear to God, if I start seeing like the individual hairs on Sonic, bruh.
It's not so much the story, because even Sonic X for 4Kids was well received, even though that was like it was kind of kiddish, but I could still enjoy it. It's not the story. It's just it's not fun. That's the problem. Like all the gameplay mechanics, it's not fun to go fast, and that's what they really need to focus on. They never really do. Besides Sonic Generations, which is what I think Flonora would like, because that was actually one of the better Sonic games. That was like 5 years ago, I think, or something like that. It was a while ago when it came out.
Hey, catching on sale.
Yeah, it's like probably a couple bucks now on Steam. Run that shit with the toaster.
Right. I actually wanted to segue into like an impromptu topic, and Maurice is going to be mad at me because I brought this in, but the game just released, so I think it's worth talking about. Call of Duty.
I'm not.
Call of Duty just came out, and I think we ain't gotta talk about the latest Call of Duty game, because I haven't played Call of Duty since 5 fucking years ago.
I haven't played it at all.
Damn, that's kind of weird.
Yep.
Call of Duty has finally gone back to its grassroots, so to speak. That's kind of like the key phrase with this video game, and went back to what made it popular in the first place. The World at War, World War II, World War I setting is where Call of Duty has gotten its fame in the past years. And for the past, like, I want to say 4 years, Call of Duty has been going off the fucking rails lately, to the point where it's like, yo, is this even a Call of Duty game? So I
would have rather you said off the walls, because that would have been like an actual thing that they do in Call of Duty games, running off the walls.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, so the past couple games, Black Ops 3, Ghost, some other bullshit that was probably really bad. Hey guys, spoiler alert, I'm not a big fan of the Call of Duty series myself, but I did play the hell out of those games my first couple years when I was a wee lad, just learning about this thing called video gaming. Call of Duty was actually pretty serviceable, and then it just became a fucking Michael Bay movie. Very loud, no substance, nothing made sense. Just look at it, shoot it, move to the next thing. And then I realized it got to the point where I'm like, okay,
what about the jetpacks?
There's going to be one. I'm going to get to that. There's one game right now. I'm going to play it for 3 months. I'm going to put it down. Then the next game is going to come out. Play that for 3 months, put it down. Then I realized, yo, I'm buying the same game to play in a fucking box. So I think Black Ops 2 was my last game. I do believe that was about 4 or 5 years ago. So that's me. Jared, did you play Call of Duty?
Yes, religiously at one point.
Where did you stop, and which one was your favorite one?
I stopped at Infinite Warfare.
Good God, you stopped way before. Oh God. Oh, never mind.
That's recent.
Oh, dang. See,
no, sorry, not Infinite Warfare. Sorry, Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare.
Damn, what the fuck is the difference? Shit. See, this is one of the problems with Call of Duty. I can't even keep track of this shit no more. So there's an Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare. Oh, you stopped at Call of Duty 4? Oh no, that's Modern Warfare. See, God damn it, Call of Duty.
calm down before you hurt yourself. All right.
I'm gonna hurt myself.
No. So there was Black Ops. Was it Modern Warfare?
No. Wait.
Modern Warfare 2.
Let's start with Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare. Then Black Ops. No, it was Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2. I can't remember the order. Anyway, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops. Was Modern Warfare 3, Ghosts. Then came Black Ops 2.
You got that mixed up.
No, I think Black Ops 2 came before Ghosts.
Yeah, do you see? That's one of my problems with Call of Duty.
I can't remember the order.
They release this shit every fucking year, and to my knowledge, it's just a reskin of the same game, just tweaked a little bit differently. That wouldn't be so bad if they do the shit every fucking year. And I'm just going, okay, I'm just getting tired of this, because at this point, I'm no better than the people that's buying Madden and 2K and getting hyped for that shit every fucking year.
Man, I really was so curious on why people buy those games. Like, I really want to know.
And now you got your answer. Like I did it. I remember I played Call of Duty for 6 years, and then I'm just going, yeah, no, I'm not paying for this shit no more. It was just no point. And then I saw that Ghost was bad, but nobody wanted to say it was bad. IGN. And everybody was just giving the game, oh, it's a 9 out of 10, it's a this and it's that. And I'm reading the reviews. Even though it does the same thing as the last game, it's better now. But you will shit on another game for doing the same thing last year ago. And I'm like, okay, this is just bullshit. You guys are obviously paid to say good things about Call of Duty because it's a fucking juggernaut. And I just stopped playing the game. And then it goes off and does like this thing where it's like, oh, you guys are tired of this? Let's put it in space. And then I'm like, okay, this is nah. But I will. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm kind of one of those, like, I'm one of the few people I feel as though that actually cared about the story of Call of Duty, because when it came to like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, I actually felt as though I'm actually playing a story. Like, I always played the campaign before I jumped into the multiplayer.
And then it stopped right there.
It's like, yo, what the fuck is going on, son? When it went to Advanced Warfare, I'm like, okay, these exosuits are really fucking weird. The guns feel really fucking stupid. I'm jumping in the air. I don't know what I'm doing right now. All right, cool. Infinite Warfare, the same fucking thing. I'm like, well, what's changed? Like, it's
to appease, like, and one of my favorite YouTubers on YouTube right now, his name is Batman, or BT Dobbins. He's actually a pretty good YouTube. You should read some of it. You should watch some of his stuff. Shout out to BT Dobbins. And he explains where it's like, yo, Call of Duty is pretty much just a children's game, because Call of Duty is completely random. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No recoil to the guns. There is pretty much no skill in gameplay. You're just running around in a circle. It is almost completely RNG. If you don't see the person first, you lost that fight. Period. And then you add all this other shit to get like a free kill or something like that. It's RNG. And it gets to a point where I'm like, well, this isn't fun, because if I know that I should have outplayed this guy, but just because he, I don't know, slightly stepped to the left, or because he saw me first, that's why I lost the gunfight. And sad to say, that's kind of how Destiny 2 is, right? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, first off, I wanna tackle a couple of points in your argument. Well, for one, the nature, how Destiny 2 is, and how the old Call of Duty games, I'll say that now, because World of Warcraft made some changes to the multiplayer similar to Destiny 2. But in comparison to those, one of them is more twitchy of a shooter, right? The other one's more team focused. So in Call of Duty, you're like running gun, one-man mode. So when it comes down to like, okay, I don't like it because, if someone sees me, shoots me, kills me down, I'm dead, that's it. That's a matter of preference, not gameplay. It's just a different way to approach the shooter genre. Not necessarily bad, not necessarily for kids, so fuck that YouTuber. But it doesn't mean it's like necessarily bad off the bat. Now, I do.
Wait, so you don't think that's not for kids?
No, I don't think it's not. No, I mean, I think it's the game that kids are on a lot, but I don't think because like the gameplay is super fast means it's for kids. Like that one point I don't agree with.
That's like saying Gears of War is for kids, because Gears is hyper fast.
Okay, so I don't think I said Did I say that verbatim? That I think because it's fast.
No, that's what you said. The dude said that he like one of his points was it's fast. Like if I don't see that, if that guy sees me first, if he shoots me down, I'm dead. I can't do anything about it.
No. I said the RNG is why it is for kids, because it takes away the skill of the video game. You are guaranteed to body somebody at least once in a Call of Duty game. So they take away the skill. If you're just bad, you're not going to body anybody. But just because they put so much random shit into Call of Duty, respawns everywhere, everybody's in a tight box, you're pretty much running in a maze, or even worse, a box with some of those terrible map designs, to where it's like, oh, well, if I see you first, you die. If there's no recoil to the guns, that takes away the skill in that. There's no, you don't even have to aim some fucking times. Every gun is pretty much the same.
Because it's more streamlined.
I guess you can say that, yes. You are guaranteed to get, and they want everybody to have fun, but it takes away the skill of the game.
Okay.
And Destiny does do that to an extent. Maybe not to an extent that Call of Duty does.
It's not the same extent. Destiny's more like team focused. In Call of Duty, you can one man to do all that.
I said that. I said that. I said not to the extent of Destiny. I mean, I'm sorry, to Call of Duty. But it does do it
to an extent. Like, I argue that the extent would be that you can see someone shoot him down and win that fight if you go first.
Okay, well, in that case, we agree then.
Okay, so I see that point. All right.
My whole thing, my whole problem, honestly, is with Call of Duty. They have this thing where your bullets tend to vanish. Like as soon as you.
Destiny.
No. Because with Destiny, there have been multiple times where I'll shoot someone and we both kill each other. You'll see that you both died and you both shot each other with a gun. Call of Duty, that never happens at all. It never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only way you can kill someone at the same time is if you either kill them with a projectile type of throwing knife, a grenade, or something else happens to where they end up killing themselves and you were the last person that shot them. That's
very true.
Now, the whole point of like he saw me first or whatever, I personally, I don't know, that kind of goes deeper into like, your position. Like, if you're running down a hallway and some dude's like sitting there waiting for you and he sees you first and shoots you, you're going to die.
But dog,
it's like
Call of Duty Ghosts was broken to a point where the game like.
How would you know? You didn't play it.
I actually did. I just remember.
Okay.
Like I got it. There was like when I was working at Staples, like there was some promotion thing, and I got enough points to where I can like spend it on shit. And I got Call of Duty Ghosts, and I played that, and I like literally saw the kill clip of the dude, and we were shooting each other at the same time on my screen, but on his screen, he was shooting me for a good 2 to 3 seconds before I even started shooting for my character. That shit was broken.
That's just the bad netcode or that.
Yeah,
that was that game specifically, because like I remember seeing Black Hokage at the time had made a video about it. He explained about the same exact thing, and it's not like I had like bad internet at the time because I was directly connected.
Yeah, Call of Duty is kind of famous for his bad netcode. I think even though Destiny is still doing a peer-to-peer thing, I can't even tell you how bad it was gaming on PS3 and playing Call of Duty. It was every other game. If you play 5 games, at least 2 of those games you DC'd out of it because the host left or some shit like that, or the game just fucking shut down. It was it was a bad time, but we ain't gotta talk about that because we're in better times now.
We're a fucking AAA game.
We can end off after this last topic because I do want to hear what you guys have to say about this one. And
but World War II, the Call of Duty game, that's actually been pretty decent though.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about it. But I don't want to. I don't know about paying for it for full price. But
you should.
The thing is, by the time it goes on sale, my friends are already going to be off of it.
Yeah,
and
so might as well.
Nobody's gonna play Call of Duty after February, so I might just bite the bullet on this one.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about it.
Actually, they made yeah, go.
I'm done with. Am I cutting out again?
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm saying that the fact that Activision is a part of this is why I'm not getting that game.
And he brings up a very good point, Maurice.
The fact is, like, sorry, I'm already hearing rumors. I can't confirm this, but I'm hearing rumors that Activision has like probably one of the scumbaggiest plans for the fucking DLC and microtransactions. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I'm done. Hey, see, Destiny shit is all cosmetic though. Like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, you had to literally pray to RNGesus for a gun that was DLC. You had to pay for cryptotech keys or get them through like playing games, which took exponentially longer than just buying them to get a DLC weapon. Black Ops 2, you pay for a map pack for $10 and you get the Peacekeeper. That was it. That was it. That's not really that bad. That's not bad at all. But the fact that you have to like pray to, like, son, are you serious right now? Like, and then I'm gonna go through this again with World War II when you try to go back to the roots. Nah, I'm good.
It's as much as I'm thinking about Call of Duty. Jerry, you bring Activision. I can't stand Activision.
Like,
I don't like Activision. I don't like EA. I don't like Activision, and it sucks because EA actually made some decent shit back in the day. But now it's like,
was it EA part of didn't EA was it EA Battlefield?
Son, yes. EA was so bad. Did you know that EA was voted the worst company in America twice? I'm not bullshitting on like out of Walmart and Exxon or some shit. EA.
I mean, they figured like if they were already in the running against Walmart, they might as well do the damn thing, you know? Be better.
So what could EA have possibly have done to be named the worst company in America? I don't get it.
I think the loot box thing kind of started with them, and that's probably why.
Walmart has ruined families, though, son. Walmart has indirectly killed people.
Got a point. He really does have a point.
Well, would it come down to who makes more money then?
Walmart makes more money if I'm not mistaken.
Gas companies, the banks, and Walmart controls this country. If you don't believe me,
you're forgetting
just
Disney.
look that shit up.
You're forgetting Disney.
Oh yeah, Disney and Apple. Those 5 entities pretty much run America. So we getting into conspiracy theory shit. All right, last topic, guys. Rumor has it. Well, not rumor has it. Sources, my sources, because I know everything, say that we will be seeing the next generation of consoles in 2 years' time. Flo, how you feel about that?
Yay.
Okay, you don't play video games enough. Jared, how do you feel about that?
That kind of makes me. Wait, hold on. How long has it been since the PS4 was out, or Xbox PS4 out? 3 years. All right.
Oh no, 4 years. Well, we're going on 4 years because it came out in 2014, right? Right?
Maurice? Yes, maybe.
I want to say 2014 because I remember we got the news in 2013. And
I think it's 2014. I can't be sure.
In 2014. So we're about to enter 3 years. I mean 4 years.
So that would be roughly
6 years. That actually seems about right. Damn.
Yeah, that because I think it was what the PS3 had a lifespan of 7 years.
No, the PS3 damn near lasts for 10 years actually.
Oh yeah, 10 years. No, that's when I'm sorry. 7 years is when Sony said PlayStation Plus is required for PlayStation. No, God dang, I can't remember. Something was relevant for 7 years, but I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. It's been a good life expectancy. I'd honestly rather not.
I think that we should at least go at the very least another year before we even start thinking or even rumors coming up of a new generation. Like, goddamn, because this goes back to this whole mid generation thing, which I still don't understand because I just don't know who it's for. Like, Xbox One X, Xbone X has just came out. You mean 72 years after that you're gonna have something else? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know who you're trying to get. If somebody didn't get the next generation of consoles, or let's say this generation of consoles within 2 or 3 years, what makes you think they're gonna buy the beefed up version of that console and then you're gonna release another console 2 years after that? I don't get the marketing strategy behind this new.
That's taking it as like fact, not the fact from someone who doesn't like actually develop the hardware. So they're pretty much guessing at this point. Another thing is like it is coming to a point where one thing is going to break versus the other because PC gaming is getting so far ahead. It is far ahead. It's been far ahead for a long time, and the people who make the consoles are just starting to realize like, hey, we like PC a lot more than your shit.
I think it's even gotten to the point where the devs, and this is just me not speculating, but I think I read this somewhere. The devs are actually getting angry because, we gotta make this game for this shitty piece of hardware when PC it's just leaps and bounds ahead. So they basically have to dumb down their product so that it can be played on consoles, and that's actually very fucking frustrating. Just to even hear that I have to dumb down my shit just because it can work on your shit because you make the hardware and I just developed the software.
Yep. So like that's kind of my point. Like I'm sure you've heard software pushes hardware. So if the games are going to get more expensive to make and have to look nicer, the hardware has to be able to run them. So that means they have to keep pushing out more hardware. Thus the Xbox One X and the PS4 or the PS4 Pro. And as the end user, like you're just ultimately going to lose if you buy into this stuff.
Exactly.
So it's either. So you either like literally have to make the jump. You have to like just not give a fuck about life anymore. Pick up a Switch, or just say fuck consoles altogether. I'm gonna get a PC. Not have to worry about this shit for like months. Well, not months, years, decades almost.
And it's very sad because it's getting to the point where I'm like, okay, the PS4 came out 4 years ago, but I keep on hearing this thing like, okay, but it still has 10-year-old hardware in it, and I'm like, that doesn't even compute in my mind. Like, why can't let's say the next generation of consoles, PS5, because I don't know what the fuck they're going to call the next Xbox.
Xbox
PS5.
Xbox Take 2. We back at it.
The PS5. How come they don't take whatever is popping, whatever's the best graphics card or whatever?
Money.
Come on, it can't be that hard.
It can't be that hard. For every system they sell, they are losing money on it. The only person who actually follows that motto of making money off your consoles is Nintendo. PlayStation and Sony don't follow that business strategy. They literally lose money for every one that they make, and they try to make up the sales through software and loot boxes.
I thought they made up like $4. It was something ridiculous low to the audience. I'm not making these numbers. This isn't like an exaggerated number. I remember I read that one time for every PlayStation sold, every PS3 sold, Sony made like $8 off of it.
Well, I'm talking about the PS4.
Yeah, and I just know because I have no stats on the PS4, which is why I said the PS3, which is why I said like a ridiculously low number. So I'm not doubting that they don't make any money off of it, because when I read that they only made like $8 or some shit off of every PS3 sold, which is still millions of dollars, but you would think that it would be more than that. But still, how much would the best graphics card for 2016 cost right now?
$500-$600.
That much?
Yeah, you talking about for PC, or are you talking about for PS4?
No, okay, for a PC. Well, the best graphic. Okay. Shit, I can't say a mid-range because that's why we're in this mess to begin with right now. Right. But let's say the best graphics card for 2016 on PC. Well, let's make it fair. Let's make it a little bit more. 2015. How much would that cost?
That's chump change now. That's probably like a 1050 or a 1050 GX. It'd probably be nothing right now. But the thing is, like, running all this shit together. Oh, nice. Running all this shit together. It's just. Yeah, it's just like, because like I'm pretty sure some of the parts in it are like custom made, so it's not like you could just put anything.
That's also a thing.
Yeah, you can't just put
anything
together. Some of the stuff has to be like modified for the system, and you have to pay for that too. It's just factors into it.
I was about to say, why not just make a system where you can mod the PlayStation, but then that goes back. Well, if you're doing that, just buy a fucking PC. You basically bought a PC.
Mm-hmm. They did that with the PS3, and people didn't buy that shit.
This isn't looking too good for console gaming, because more and more people are getting hip to PCs. Most children these days, well, the rich ones, they have PCs. They may have like a Switch or something. Like Maurice said, you probably should pick up a Switch because Nintendo not going nowhere. and they have a PC, and they might have a PlayStation or an Xbox, but they're just playing the game better on a PC. I don't know. There's just something about a joystick. Sometimes I just like to sit back, relax, play some music, and look at a big ass TV and play.
I mean, I don't want to shit on your dreams.
You can hook up a joystick to a PC.
Fucking facts, dog. Thank you, Jay.
I didn't hear him. What?
You know you can hook up your PlayStation 4 controller or Xbox One controller to.
You can hook
and
up.
It'll work just the same.
Yes.
Yes, just the same. Actually, better, honestly.
Yeah.
60 fucking FPS.
I remember downloading that PS3 driver to my laptop, and that shit was hard as shit.
You know we on PS4 now, right?
Dog, I went
Shut the fuck up, son.
No, but you have plenty of options. Like the PS4 controllers are good. You can get an Xbox controller, which is like the more preferred version of using that because like it's actually custom made for your hands. You can even use some of the Wii, the Switch controllers that have come out now, like the Hori Pad joints. If you're playing Tekken, the Fight Sticks, there's just so many options. It's just like,
and it's that easy.
Yes. Why would you go to like I keep saying like why would you want to go to console when you have those on? Like right now I have like 3 or 4 different controllers on my desk for different games.
Shit, man, this isn't looking good. So we can let's wrap up with let's come close to wrapping up. Flonora, since you haven't said shit for the past couple minutes because we're talking about video games, will you be buying a PC or a console if you want to get into video gaming?
Well, it seems like the smarter choice at this point would probably just go get a PC.
Money.
I mean, I'd rather put in like money for a solid video gaming PC as opposed to just dealing with the consoles. Because from what you described, it seems like it's more hassle than what it's worth. So.
It can be a hassle if you don't know what you're doing, but most people know what they're doing. So I guess it's not that hard to buy a desktop nowadays. It's actually very simple. You could buy a complete one for like what, $500 right now. And it'll probably last you a good 5 years.
Depending on what you're playing, but yeah, that's the math.
You know what's funny though? The fact that the investment wise when it comes to a PC. So with consoles, you're buying what? Like you buy like a $400 or $500 console that's gonna last you what, like 5 years, and then you gotta pay.
To be fair, they last longer than that, son.
Okay, so basically, in order to upgrade, like when it's eligible for getting the newer console, you're gonna pay what, another $500 in that span of time, like 5-6 years. Versus when you have a PC, and you just have to make an investment to just change out a graphics card.
Yep, and that only happens every maybe
10 to 15.
About that, yeah.
Okay. But
you do have to wait out that 10 years because I'm not gonna front. It does cost money to build a gaming desktop. At least one that's like
a good one, like a really top notch one. Yes, it does take a lot.
I mean, you ain't got to be like top notch. I'm talking about like stay between somewhere in between mid tier and top tier. I think that's pretty much where everybody goes for. You don't want to be mid tier. You definitely don't want to be anything above that. But any top tier. Shit, you're talking about spending $4,000
but you'll never spend that much. Like you can do what you want to do. Spend $1,000 and you'll be good for a minute.
Yeah, in a minute.
I got my PC this year. I'm about to actually come up on my one year anniversary with it, and I still am rocking games like at max settings right now. So, and I don't think I'll need to change out my graphics card until maybe a couple more years, but by the time that rolls around, I'll be able to buy another mid-range one, which is going to be less than the price of a console, and I still have the functionality of a PC because I won't need.
So I guess we already know Maurice's answer. You going to get the next console or not?
It really depends. I may not get it immediately. The only reason I got the Switch immediately because I was just I just really believed in the product. But with Sony and Xbox, this has been proven time and time again. By those companies that their launch years are some of the weakest I've seen in gaming history.
Because nothing comes out.
Exactly. But yeah.
I really wonder why people buy the consoles on release. I mean, I guess people have to in order to find out, hey, what are the bugs or
just to have the new thing, right?
Like I've never bought the console on release date because one, nothing comes out for it, and two, you don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. It's almost notorious at this point. I think pretty much every console did it. Every last one. They're not good on release. Wait a year. It's not gonna hurt you. There's no games out for it. Anyway.
Switch. That was, I think Switch and maybe Wii U. I want to say because Wii U had it like
Nintendo don't count, son.
That's
Nintendo,
not.
that's
no,
not
you
fair.
have. No, it's a console. You have to count it.
That's not fair though. It's Nintendo. Nintendo can come in your house right now and sell your bag of chips for $500, son. That's not fair.
First off, they would market it down to about 200 because they understand that.
Nintendo touches turns to gold.
I wouldn't say that because Metroid Prime Other M was out. Even though that was developed by Ninja Theory, it wasn't
okay. We're about to wrap up here. We didn't get to everything we wanted to get to today, but we got to a bunch of stuff that we got that I wanted to get to today. So good show, everybody.
Remember that.
Hey. We got to most of everything on this on our agenda.
Yeah, most everything that you wanted to get to.
There's only one thing we didn't talk about.
What was that?
World of Warcraft.
Okay, see, that's something I wanted to talk about.
Why did you want to talk about? I didn't know that.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so okay.
But if I did, you wouldn't have cared. That's all it tells.
I would have cared, but I'm like, I know Maurice, and I don't think he gives a shit about World of Warcraft. Guys, shout out to Cameron, guys. He watches the show. He's pretty faithful with his shit. Guys, if you want to, I'm not saying you have to, but if you want to, you can hit the. Only if you want. Only if you want to.
Fucking like comments, man. Oh my god.
Only if you want to, you can hit that subscribe button. And you'll be notified for all of. Or no, you have to. YouTube is dumb now. You have to hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell button to get notifications for the for our videos. If you want to, go ahead and do that. We do this every single Wednesday. This is the IMO Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at IMO Podcast 1. We're working on a better title.
Handle.
It's handle.
Oh, you didn't know I could Twitter. I know. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
I didn't know. You never on Twitter, son. I'll ask you and shit, and you look at the tweet and you go, "Oh, that's neat," and then you don't talk about it, and I'm like, "Okay." So
that was like that was like months ago. You did that. Like I didn't get a chance to. I forgot to look at it. And you didn't do that for a minute, and I've been looking at it like almost daily.
Don't believe him, guys. This nigga never on Twitter. Check his Twitter right now. He hasn't tweeted in 2 years.
Nah, man.
Nah, man, I'm right. Anyway, closing comments. Anybody who wants to go first? Not everybody speak at one time, please.
I really love the fucking Switch, and Thor Ragnarok was amazing.
Oh yeah, sorry about that, guys. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get that. They're gonna get that Thor Ragnarok trailer to you.
We had to bring the hype down a little bit because niggas was going in. That's all I'm gonna say.
I ain't gonna lie, Maurice. This is probably one of the few times I'm gonna disagree with you.
You a bitch. It's all cool. It's good.
Damn.
Hey, I can agree on some things because, for one, Tessa Thompson. No, I can agree on that.
Okay.
But no.
All right.
Some of these things I really did not.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. Flonora.
I'm looking forward to Suicide Squad 2.
If they have
only because I want to see what? Well,
I said I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. But I'm looking forward to Suicide Squad 2 just because I want to see The Rock interact with Will Smith, and I know that's going to be hilarious.
That's not why you should want to. Fuck it. I am looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to anything that we talked about today. Now that I'm thinking about it. The Batman. No. Justice Snow.
First of all, even though the name of it is kind of messed up, but the Batman Gotham by Gaslight was actually.
Man, can we just stop? Can we just stop saying the title? It's so stupid.
I mean, the title's not that great, but I think it would be a pretty good animated movie.
Batman,
I think you should give it a shot.
By Gaslight. Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Gaslight by Batman. God, it's stupid as shit. Anyway, yeah, I'm not.
With a British accent.
I'm an angry dude, and I'm not looking forward to anything. So I'm just gonna end it on that.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that seems about right. This is the IMO Podcast. We are signing out for 11/8/2017 at 9:40 p.m. Eastern Standard. Oh, Jared. At my time, fuck it, Jared don't count. Signing off, guys.
Oh, God.
Peace.
Nigga live in LA or some shit.